everyone. Ro, great to see you, buddy, and thank you very much for appearing on this vlog. Very much appreciated. Quick, guys. The book. Give me 30 seconds on the book, Ro. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. It's for people who want it all without losing their minds. That's essentially the best descriptive you can have, right?
Nice.
Because you know what's going on in this society today. Most people do not have the self-belief, the inner love to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they're losing their minds. And you've seen the ramifications of that, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And don't just sit there and say, yep, I'm going to do something about it. Go to risewarriorrise.com and get one. Too many people are being stingy with investing in themselves. And $36 to create a super life.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then you deserve what you get.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry for the tough love, but that's what I'm finding is the reality. So yeah, build a great life. Get a copy.
Okay, great. Rise, warrior, rise. You heard it here. And look, the bottom line is that unless you develop the ability to take control of your emotions and take control of your mind, you are always going to be a victim in this world. And it's interesting. That's pretty close. That's a nice segue into the topic of today's vlog, which is how do you handle rejection as a salesperson? Now, I always laugh when prospective customers or salespeople say, I've got a conversion rate of 80%. And I laugh because I know that whether they know it or not, they're lying. The simple reality is that if they actually included all the people they spoke to that just went nowhere, never turned into a decent conversation, never turned into identifying an opportunity, the simple reality is that no salesperson has a conversion rate higher than 50%, which means you need to fail more often than you succeed.
Correct.
So I'm after 3 tips, Ro, on how salespeople at every level should handle rejection. Because you've been through the levels, you know, you've done the massive enterprise deals, you've been like me, you've been that commission-only sales guy. So 3 tips, go for it.
Well, I'd just like to add something to that. If your closing ratios are so high, you're probably leaving money on the table as well. So be cognizant of that. You don't probably have to, I know this is a fact. You don't have to knock on as many doors if you're closing and getting the maximum value or share of the wallet.
Yeah.
So how to handle rejection? Number one thing is you have to know the end game. You have to have a clear end game of why you're in it. What is it that you're shooting for? Because when you do that, then you'll pay attention to the science. And I'm a big, it's about the feel, it's about persuasion, but it's about the science as well. So you have to know your numbers. From how many leads do I have to how many phone calls turn into face-to-face meetings, presentations, proposals, close, referrals, all of that. So if you have all of that, I tie a dollar value to it, one.
Yep.
So it tells me that every time I pick up a call that's worth this much money, right? And when I instill that thinking into people's mindset, they just become more confident and willing to get up and pick up that phone rather than procrastinate. The other thing's be on the move and realize your own self-value, like who are you, why you like yourself. You're more than your job, right?
Yeah.
You're more than your result. And if you're smart, you try to get rewarded on your activity as well.
If you take rejection too personally as a salesperson, you should get out of the industry because it's too painful.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that, which is the 3 modes of operation, the 4 kinds of people, when we get into doing our seminars. Because once you find out that you're meant to be in this business, that's in your personality, everything becomes easier.
Yeah.
But if you're doing work that's not meant to be for you, you're always going to struggle. So that element's also very, very important.
Absolutely. Any other tips? One last tip?
One last tip as far as handling rejection?
Yeah.
Well, I never see rejection as rejection. I see it as, hey, at least they're interested in talking to me.
Spot on. Yeah.
So there must be something that I haven't answered. And what I find is the most tenacious people get the biggest wins.
Yep.
So you've got to keep on going back. They're not personally saying no to you, right?
Yep.
And if they are, find out why and change yourself.
Nice.
Right? But the idea is to ask the question, okay, Dean, you're not ready right now, but mate, I put in a lot of effort on this, right? And I know you know this, so will you do me a favor? Will you at least tell me what is it that I could have done a little bit better?
Nice language there. Yeah. That's really good. So we'll make sure that we actually capture those words in the script for this vlog, because that's worth reading again and again and again, because the nuances in the way that Ro just delivered that are beautiful. So for me, I sort of thought, one is every rejection or every non-sale is an opportunity to surprise somebody. If you do something for them, post them saying, I'm not going to buy from you, you create a moment of surprise. Now that might not re-engage them in the sale, but it'll make you feel better, and it'll increase the probability that they'll reconsider you in the future, or talk to their friends about you and say, you should at least talk to this person as well, despite the fact that I bought this. I think the other thing is, every failure, every rejection is an opportunity to get feedback, and I love the way that you just set that up and contextualize that to make it feel like the client, whilst they're doing you a favor, actually owes you, because you have put a lot of effort in to setting them up to make the decision. And then I think the other one is, is failure and rejection. You've got to develop that mentality of next. Every time you get that no, it's got to be right. Next. What's next? Where am I going to put my energy next? And not forever. Today's no is not forever, and you've got to remind yourself of that.
Well, exactly. That's why you have to have a pipeline, right?
Yeah.
You have to have a list of people who will benefit from your services. And, you do add a lot of value to people. And you've got to know that. If you know that, you don't go in from a position of begging, right?
Yep.
You go in from a position of authority. And if you're a giver, what do you care? It's all going to come back anyway.
Yeah. And what's really funny, just to cap off this vlog, is that a lot of people might listen to this and go, oh, but it's so old school to backwards plan how many leads, how many calls, how many meetings, how many engagements. Well, guess what? Why do you think CRM is such a massive global industry? It's a massive global industry because the smartest people in our industry know that the more you understand the correlation between all the stuff you do on the front line to ultimately earning sales and great customers for life, the smarter you are. So be a smart salesperson, pay attention to those tips, and make sure you're deliberate about handling rejection.
Have a science that builds you as an individual, but also have a science that builds your business.
Absolutely. We are our results at the end of the day.
That's it.
Guys, you'll notice that Ro and I are dressed up today. Well, we're going off for Melbourne Cup drinks today. So despite the fact that I haven't got my Better Sales Life t-shirt on, remember, it's all about a better sales life. Got to work for it, but it's worth it. Thanks very much. Thanks, Ro.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope you found it valuable and educational and useful for your role in sales. So if you did, please share it. Remember, sharing's free, and every other salesperson out there needs all the help they can get. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I've got lots and lots of content coming out and plenty of content inside the channel right now ready for you to digest. Enjoy, and remember, sales is meant to be fun. If it's not, you need to change the way that you're doing it.